Hey guys, Problem1701 here, and today we're going to talk about why I stopped collecting the US version of the Doctor Who The Collection series. Originally, I was collecting the UK and the US version simply because I wanted to support the line, but I decided after the third set, basically when season 10 came out, to stop collecting the US set. Now here's the US sets. They are a lot more stripped down. They're basically just a Blu-ray case. You can see right here, and they're not even consistent. Like some of them are thinner like this, while some of them are thicker like this. And that looks really weird on a shelf when they're like that. That's extremely irksome. So that is part of it. Plus the disc art's not as good. Let's use season 18 as an example. One, I don't like how they do the labeling. The Tom Baker complete season 7. I much like how the UK version does it when it lists it by like the collection season 18. It goes by proper season instead of by which season of each Doctor. And you can see right here the disc art. It is atrocious. I mean, it's beautiful art. It is the cover art. But it's the same on every disc. I mean, it is beautiful art. Lee Binding does great work. But that's it. That's all you really get right there. You know, nothing fancy. And then you get whatever this is. Basically, you have the disc little content page. That's it. Whereas in the UK version, you get... this whole box set. Let me pull this back. Adjust that a little bit. You get this huge, beautiful looking box right here. Take it out of the J card. Beautiful picture on the back from Warrior's Gate. Then you get each disc here has its own individual art for each disc. That's fantastic. And then the K90 Company, when you take that off, you have that nice shot of Tom in the back. And then in addition to that, you also get more beautiful art here. This opens up. You get a nice booklet right here with a lot of detailed information about the season. You get all this extra stuff for pretty much the same price. I mean, it's so much more money. But the main reason, actually, all of that aside, I was still fine with collecting both, all the way up until season 10. And then a thing happened with the season 10 box set. Let me get that real quick. Originally, when the art was first released, they messed up and they had John Pertwee's face mirrored. It was flipped. It was backwards. Fans immediately spotted this. They tweeted out to Lee Binding about it. Lee Binding immediately got it corrected. This is the corrected version. And it looks fantastic. The art looks really, really good. The problem is the US release of this, they didn't fix the face. It's still flipped, backwards, flipped, mirrored, whatever you want to call it. It still looks wrong, and I can't stand to look at that because I was all on board with getting the US version of this. But since they didn't even bother to flip the art, and they had plenty of lead time, I mean, Lee Binding found out about this mistake just a day or two after it was posted online, months before it came out, especially in the US, because this is also when they started delaying the US release several months after the UK release. And the fact that the US release of this has that face backwards just drives me crazy. And at this point, knowing I'm not going to get the US version of this one because the face looks weird with it being backwards, the fact they wouldn't even bother to fix that, I don't see the point in getting the other sets released afterwards, because what's the point of having all of them except one? So at this point, I just get the UK sets, simply because of the whole face fiasco. Again, this is the proper art. This is the way it's supposed to look. But if you see a picture of like one of the early photos, or if you see the US version, you'll see where the face looks right. It's slanted slightly this way and doesn't look right. And that's the main reason why. And two, just once I thought about it, it doesn't make a lot of sense to just buy them twice, basically. And the UK sets are so much better. If you live in the States, I would recommend, instead of getting, these, just spend the extra money and get these. I mean, it used to be you could get them from Amazon UK, but due to COVID and Brexit, one or the other or both, the UK, a lot of times, you can't pre-order these. They won't ship to the States. So you have to get them through other means like Zavvi or eBay at a last resort. But there are ways to get them. So I just spend the extra money. My copy of Season 8 will probably be shipping in the next couple days. And then I've also got Season 24 pre-ordered in the UK sets. So, but that's pretty much the reason why I don't get the US sets anymore, is mainly because of the issues with the face and the US version failing to correct it like the UK version did, and that just bugged me. And I'm not going to buy the whole set if I'm going to be missing one. It just wouldn't look right on my shelf. So I'll be sticking with the UK sets from here on out. I have all of them released thus far. How about you? Do you collect the US sets, the UK sets? Which ones do you prefer? And what do you think of the US version failing to fix the face? I don't know how they missed it. They had plenty of lead time on it. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the matter.